Hello dear students, welcome back in science class 7. Today we are going to continue the summary of the lesson number 4, heat. Let us start from page number 40. Transfer of heat. For this you have to perform one activity. One activity is given in 4.6. You have to take a rod or a flat strip of metal like this one. Say of aluminium or iron. Fix a few small wax pieces like this on the rod. These pieces should be nearly equal distances, shown in figure like 4.7. And now clamp the rod to a stand. If you do not get this, do not found or do not get a stand, you can use bricks and fix the rod between these bricks. Now heat the other end of the rod like this and observe what happened. The wax pieces, do these pieces begins to fall? Yes. The which piece fall in first? You will observe that the first wax piece near the hitting end will start fall from the rod. In this way, one by one, the wax pieces will get fall down. This the transfer from the end nearest to the flame to the other end. This process is called the conduction. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of the object is known as the conduction. Means from hotter end where the heat is or heating end is starting. This end is called the heating end, okay, or hotter end. This is called conduction. From transfer of heat starts from hotter end to the colder end. It is called conduction. In generally solids, heat is transferred by the process of conduction. Now activity 4.7. Heat water in a small pan or beaker. Collect some articles such as steel, spoon, plastic scale, pencil and divider. Dip one end of each of these article in a hot end. Simply you have to check which object will get hot first of all. The material which allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, iron, copper, simply called metals, are the good conductors. While those who do not, the material which do not allow the heat to pass through them easily are poor conductor of heat, such as plastics and wood. Poor conductors are known as insulator. Poor conductors are known as insulator. They cannot transfer the heat or transfer heat very slowly. Now activity 4.8. Take a round bottom flask or beaker, fill it into 2/3 of water with it and place it on the tripod, or make some arrangement to place the flask in such a way that you can heat it by placing a candle below it. Means simply you can observe this figure. You have to make arrangement like this and you have to observe that what will happen. You can observe that this starting of heating will start from hotter end and the water vapors will goes upward like this. And as soon as the water start boiling, the vapors will form and it will go upward. The remaining water around the side of the flask, they will take the place of this hot hot water or hot vapors. Okay, this process continue till the whole water get heated. This mode of heat transfer is known as convection, means replacement of the hot water into the cold water. Okay, the air near the heat source get hot and rises. The air from the sides comes in to take its place. In this way, the air get heated. The following activity confirms this idea. Okay, now activity 4.9. Here to light the candle, keep one hand above the flame and one hand on the side like this. Okay, do your hand feels equally hot? You will observe that they are not equally hot. You'll notice that towards the top the air gets heated by convection. Therefore, the hand above the flame feels hot. This one will feels hot. On the side, however, there is no convection and air does not feel as hot as that the top. The people living in the coastal areas experience an interesting phenomenon. During the day, the land gets heated faster than the water. The air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. The cooler air from the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. The warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. The air from the sea, called the sea breeze, to receive the cooler sea breeze, the window of the houses in the coastal areas are made of face the sea. Now, the water cools down more slowly than the land, so the cool air from the land moves toward the sea. This is called the land breeze. At night, it is exactly reverse. Okay, like this. During daytime, what will happen? This cool airs moves towards land because it is cool during daytime. In daytime, the land become hot. Land is hot and air over the land is hot. Therefore, cool air replace the hot end or hot air. What will happen about night time? The land become cool very fast and it will move towards the sea. That time in the night, the sea water is not that much cool as such as in the land. Okay, on the land. From the sun, the heat comes to us by another process known as radiation. The transfer of heat by radiation does not require any medium. It can take place whether a medium is present on or not. Therefore, the sun rays fall down very quickly because they do not require any medium. Okay. Now, 4.5 kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. You know that in summer we prefer light color clothes and in winter we usually wear dark color clothes. Why it is so? Simply because in summer the light color clothes, it will avoid heat to come to us and in winter it will protect us from cold. Activity 4.10. Take the identical tin cans. Paint the outer surface of one black and of the other white. Pour equal amount of water in each and leave them in the midday sun for about an hour. Measure the temperature of water in both the cans. Do you find any difference in the temperature? In which can is the water warmer? You can feel the difference by touching water in two cans. What do you observe? The water in the black can will more hot than the white can. Now activity 4.11. Fill the two cans used in the activity 4.10 with the same amount of hot water at the same temperature, say at 60 degrees centigrade. Leave the cans in room or in shade. Note the temperature of water after 10 to 15 minutes. Does the temperature of the water in both the cans fall by the same amount? Does this activity suggest to you the reason why it is more comfortable to wear white or light color clothes in the summer and dark color clothes in the winter? Dark surface absorbs more heat and therefore we feel comfortable with a dark color clothes in the winter. Light color clothes reflects most of the heat and falls on them, and therefore we feel more comfortable wearing them in the summer. Woolen clothes keeps us warm. In winter, we use woolen clothes. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. Moreover, there is a air trap in between the wool fibers. This air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surroundings, so we feel warm. Okay, this simply you can say that woolen clothes keeps us warm because they trap the air between the woolen fibers or wool fibers. Suppose you are given the choice in winter of using either one thick blanket or two thin blanket joined together. What will you choose and why? Remember that there would be a layer of air in between the blanket. So you will take one thick blanket. Okay. Students, we'll stop here and we'll see a next chapter in next video. Thank you.